Hey guys, I'm here today to quickly go over agricultural exemption and whether or not you may qualify for it. And if so, whether or not it may or may not actually end up being a savings for you. So to put it most simply, the agricultural exemption, in order for you to even qualify for it, your property must be zoned as an agricultural residential property, and it must be used for some sort of, or to create some sort of farm product. So that can be anywhere from dairy farm, beef farm, poultry farm, fish farm, bee farm. You could sell sod, you could have a nursery, and you don't have to sell things or even sell things at all. You don't have to create enough product to sustain a business. The idea is that your property is producing some sort of farm product. To get more details on how many trees you have to have, how many animals you have to fall under the exemption, I highly recommend that you consult a local tax attorney that's more familiar with the ins and outs and intricacies of the exemption and the law. But with that said, just for most consumers that I talk to on a daily basis, because I do tend to work out in the more rural neighborhoods like Loxahatchee, Jupiter Farms, Palm Beach Country Estates, and those areas where agricultural exemption is a big topic, most of the consumers out here are looking to purchase a property with land that does have a residential structure on it. If you are that type of buyer, it is important to understand that homestead and agricultural exemption cannot be assigned to the same portion of property. So if you're looking to homestead the home that you live in, and that home takes up an acre of your 5 acres, that acre is not eligible for agricultural exemption. Furthermore, if you decided to move and wanted to take your homestead with you, that's called portability, and you're basically taking your tax savings with you. If you wanted to do that, that portion of tax of the 1 acre parcel is all that's able to be moved. Whatever savings that you've gotten from your agricultural exemption is not portable. So what this means to the common person, it really comes down to how long do you plan to live in the property? Certainly we all have circumstances that may force us to sell sooner, but if your intent is to be in the property for 5 to 10 years at least, it is likely that whatever the agricultural exemption is going to be a greater savings than whatever your portability savings is, so you are still better off going forward with the agricultural exemption. If you don't intend to be in the property for many years, then you may just want to stick with your homestead so you have the opportunity to take that tax savings with you when you move to potentially a property that's assessed higher or what have you. So really today, I really wanted to zero in on agricultural exemption for the most common consumer, which is those who are looking to just buy a property with a house on it that has more acres than your typical property that you see in town. So the big thing to understand here, again, with tax savings, again, homestead can only apply to the residential piece. Agricultural exemption does not, coincide with homestead and cannot be designated to the same portion of property. Furthermore, you always want to take a look at what the agricultural tax rate is and what the capped rate of the homestead is. If the agricultural tax rate is sitting higher than the capped rate of the homestead, then you will not save money on taxes necessarily if you go with the agricultural exemption. So what all of this is basically saying is, unless you're a farmer and you're looking to buy a property with no residential structure on it, in which case the whole property may potentially be fully agriculturally exempt, you should sit down with a tax professional that understands homestead, that understands agricultural tax exemption, who can sit down with the property that you're looking at, take a look at the assessed value, further calculate what your taxes will likely be the following year, and then work backwards from there on the best ways to save on those taxes. So you can determine whether or not moving to a property with more land is the right fit for you. Because most people are just genuinely looking to have a home with more land. They aren't necessarily looking to create a farm business or sell products from their property. Those tools are really designed to just save money on taxes. So you may learn that look, I just don't get enough savings from the fruit trees to have a 5-acre parcel. As much as I love 5 acres, I don't need it. I could live with 2 and would be paying substantially less in taxes, and not have to worry about whether or not I'm going to get approved for agricultural exemption. So all of this is really just to educate you. If you guys have any questions about homestead, about agricultural exemption, about real estate, purchasing a home or selling a home in today's market, give me a call, 786-251-4177. I'm here to answer any questions you may have, and I hope you guys have a great day.